So welcome back. Read it again. Having a problem with that. Welcome back to Mental Refurbish Part Two. I know in the last video we left off at the incapacity of act. Now, in your mind, you got to understand that your mind has a lot of capacity of what you think and how you are or how you feel, um, and it registers sometimes in our mind. It registers and it comes out in behaviors. I just want you to question yourself, like right now, like if you, how are you feeling at this time, and if you can do something, how would you act? That's a good question. um, so you got to ask, in your mind and your mental. You, like I said, we got to be careful of what we're putting in ourselves or what we're listening to, or who we're talking to, because in your mind it could take capacity in your mind and it can make you act a certain way. Just to share, just say for instance, if we're having a conversation, I was having a conversation about one of my friends, and in my mind, you know, I'm at peace now, but in my mind, sometimes you can think of a person, a place, or a thing, or smell or see something, and it can take over the capacity in your mind, and you begin to act a certain way, or you respond a certain way. So that's the definition of a capacity to act. Another definition for virtue is um, chastity, especially in a woman and man. I would say men. Some men can hold it down. So the definition of chastity is purity in conduct and intentions. Now, um, being celibate is a part of um, purity and conduct and intentions. Also, if you're a good person in your mind, if you think positive and everything like that, then your conduct will reflect, and with your intentions, it will also reflect of what you are thinking of your mind. Say if you see an individual or whatever the case may be, and they say, "Hey, whatever's in your mind, you're going to show that conduct, and you're going to show your intentions. You might say something, you might do something. Sometimes we do things unaware in our mind of what we're doing because we're not aware of our conduct and our intentions. So I just wanted to share that as well. Also, to continue with it, um, another definition of virtue is a capacity to act. Potency, and potency means force or power. Now, a capacity of act with potency, understand this, y'all. We have a powerful and a forceful mind. Sometimes our mind can force us to think of things that are not really there, or situations that's not really happening. That's when anxiety, panic, and fear could come in, because the power of what we're thinking um, controls the way we act. So I feel like I'm repeating myself, but just to sum it up in a better version, if you see me today, and my potency in my mind is to help people, and no, let me get it correct, help myself and help people, and learn more about why I am the way I am, or why I was the way I was. And when you begin to discover yourself and know that you have a powerful mind, it's beautiful. I don't know if you've seen the last video, part one, when I was talking about my brother. Good example. Again, I was talking about my brother, and I was just thinking about him and talking about him, and he called, and, and look how I acted. Like, hey, I'll call you back. Sometimes, you can think about a person, talk about a person, and they'll call you, and you'll act a certain way. We got to be careful with that, because you're giving power, not to your mind, but to that situation, and that situation is taking over your mind. So we need to work on that. Another definition of virtue is the ability or capacity to achieve or bring about a particular result. Now, listen, we have the ability or capacity in our minds to achieve or bring out a particular result. Um, if you want to be happy, you got it in your mind. That's your particular result. If you want to be sad and it's in your mind, that's your particular result. Me coming on here doing these videos and sitting here in front of this computer, and sometimes I be looking at myself and be looking at, see, that's me looking at y'all, I'll be looking at myself. But sometimes in these videos, um, I want to help and give information out because I have information in my mind with so much capacity that it needs to be shared, and this is my ability and my capability to bring about a particular result, which is change. You can change. That's what the videos are made for, to let you know that you can change. So that's my particular result in that definition. We're going to move forward. Just to continue with the scripture, he said, if there's anything praiseworthy, meditate on these things. Um, Ladies and gentlemen and kids and whoever's watching, um, you have to be thankful, give God praise, or give your higher power, which is God, but give that energy that you have or in your thought process, have a positive gratitude mindset, because that is praiseworthy as well. Sometimes the reason why we don't get no results in things is because we're not focusing on what can be better. We're focused on the negative. So today I encourage you to meditate on some of these things that I'm teaching you and put it into the action, into your lifestyle. As I was saying, I am a fruit of just changing my mind. And that I just wanted to share that, and we're moving forward. We have tips that I have with you to help. We have tips to help with your mindset. Excuse me, that's so rude. We have tips to help with your mindset, and excuse me, that is so rude, like so rude. We have we have tips with our mindset that I have for you to help you. Okay, excuse me, I apologize. Distractions. That's another thing, y'all. When you're focused, distractions are going to come. I think I shared that, but just to show you how to get back on course, get rid of what's distracting you, and get back focused. I think that was a good example. All right, so the tips are: start with mindfulness. Um, Even if you don't like sitting still, sometimes you might have to sit still and just go ahead and practice how to be mindful within yourself, with your mind, your spirit, your body, and your soul. And we're gonna practice this. We're gonna do a practice of this right now. We're gonna just take our time. If you will, just take your time with me, and let's just pause for a cause, just for a second, and let's just close our eyes. Like literally close our eyes. I know the background, just praise and worship. It's distracting. I can't get up. But I tell you what, in the future, so I need to do this video more peaceful. Sorry. Um, in the future, sit down with yourself, just take a break and breathe and feel what you're going through. Your body, do a body scan, feel what your mind is doing. Sometimes even in your emotions, your internal factors, pay attention to that. Um, just going right along what I said. This is about paying attention to what happens right now with your breathing, your thoughts, your body, and not getting pulled in distractions. That was perfect. And to move forward, make time to have quiet time for yourself to do these practices. They will help you. Move. Tip two. Another tip. I'm sorry. Move your body to power up your brain. Take a walk. Have a dance or work out. This you need flow. Your brain needs to flow. It has energy it wants to give to the body. Your body needs energy. to make your body flow and feel comfortable. All of these really take oxygen. Sometimes you might need to just sit down and breathe because your brain needs oxygen. Your body, your blood vessels need oxygen. Your lungs need oxygen. So breathing and working out and being physical is a good positive thing to do while you're trying to better your mindset. Um, Another thing that I have for you is to challenge yourself with brain games, like puzzles, memory games, and word challenges. These things aren't just for fun; they're effective. They can help you uh, have a lot of, it can stimulate your mind. One time for my nieces, I got the cards. I'm waiting for y'all to come over because when we're together and we're playing, we having fun and we just passing by time. We don't have think about the thoughts. It's not like we're dodging it. But sometimes you have to have time with yourself or others to relax your mind and you could build each other off of being around each other because you're doing something interactive and taking you away from the negativity because coming together and having fun is a positive thing and it's effective. To keep going, learn something new. It's not too late. You can learn something new, like pick up a new language, um, try a cooking class, and these are some of the powerful ways to reshape your brain. And that's what we're doing today. We're trying to reshape our brain. And the more you practice these strong pathways, the better you get. Now, I hear you say, Mr. Walker, pathways. What's pathways? Well, pathways are a line of communication over interconnections neurons. We have neurons in our brain. So to give you the definition of neurons is a nerve cell that are fundamental units of the brain nervous system transmitting information through the body and electrical and chemical signs. So you got to think about it. There goes that potency. We have power within us. Our mind controls our body. Our mind controls our actions, our feelings, and emotions. And this thing that we have here is powerful. Um, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. But listen, I want to say this. If you start practicing, because I know I hear you guys saying, hey, you know, um, this is hard. Well, it's gonna be hard. When I was getting right and trying to do better, it wasn't easy. Changing is not easy, but once you put it into practice, they say it takes 21 days to break a habit. So if you have a habit of anything that you're dealing with, um, if within 21 days mentally, from experience and textbook and spiritually, you can break a habit. You can build a new mindset. That's why a lot of people but you have to be willing because some people grow more than others or quicker than others because they're more active in their progress. If you having a hard time, just take baby steps a little bit at a time. You're not going to jump that far. I didn't get here. I went through many years of relapsing to sit down and say, hey, I can relate to you, or I've been through this experience. I've been through a lot of experiences. That's why I can sit down here and relate to you and say, you know, it is going to be hard because your brain is so used to thinking one way. So when you try to change it, it's like the weather changes. Like it's sunny today and it snows tomorrow. That's a deep change, and that's how our mind is. It changes, but you have to be consistent with that change. And as you be consistent with that change, it will begin to get easier and easier and easier and easier. So just get that. Another note that I would like to share is keep a daily gratitude list. Do journaling. Write down three things that you are grateful for each day. Each day I wake up, today I woke up and my brain still processes that I'm not homeless anymore. I'm sober, and you know, and I'm content and happy. And sometimes when you come from so much negativity, it takes time for your brain to process some things. And this is going to take time. I want to encourage you, if you're thinking about making this change, even if you're just thinking like, yeah, I do need to change, that's a step right there. Appreciate that. Write that down on your list. Write something down every day where you can appreciate something, because if you do that, practicing gratitude trains your brain to notice more good stuff in your life. And the reason why I'm so excited to keep doing videos, because I started off like Cringer and now I'm Battle Cat, because you know why? Because I'm practicing and I like this new good stuff in my life. And I like the fact that I can sit here and share with you my life to let you know the good you can have good healthy living and a good healthy mindset. Another tip, get more sleep. Really. Sleep is I'm explaining something. Sleep is when your brain processes everything and you learn during that day, clears out all the waste, and builds a stronger mental connection. Sometimes when you're frustrated or you're agitated or you're just completely drained, when you get rest, your body restores your brain restores, it cleans out, it flushes, it takes its own personal reset button, which it is. And when you wake up, you're so refreshed. So if you feeling agitated right now, or you just you're not feeling too, you're feeling kind of grumpy, lay down. Now listen, don't lay down and all day and be in depression. I'm not saying that. Just take a an hour or two nap if it's the middle of the day. If not, like I say, on other tips, get up and be active. Find something positive to do. So I just wanted to share that. Another thing is that when you don't get enough sleep, this is what happens. Without enough of it, your memory, your focus, and your mood takes a hit. Now, a lot of people that are really working, working hard on themselves or trying to make ends meet, even within yourself. Not talking about job, but just within yourself. You have to give yourself some rest from, when I get done with these classes, sometimes I'll be like, okay, I need to go take a nap, because we need to hit that reset button so we can have our memory, so we can focus better, and we can have a good mood. So I just want to encourage you on that. Another tip that I have for you guys is how to make this habit stick. You seen that? Right. How to make this habit stick. Now, the key thing of this habit to stick is consistency. Keep going. If you start, like me coming on here making these videos, I go through a lot making these videos. I thank God and I thank myself for not giving up on myself to make videos, because sometimes I have to redo a whole video. This is like the third time I'm doing this video today to share with you, but it's training my brain. It's keeping me consistent. I'm seeing the capacity of my act, and that's not giving up, and that's a wonderful thing. I hope and encourage you to have the same capacity of act in your mental and in your lifestyle and in your actions and behavior. Stay consistent. Another note that I have for you is tie a new habit to something that you're already doing. Like if you're getting up and brushing your teeth, um, you know, just try, have a meditation with that. Like I said, I wake up in the mornings, I'll crack my eyes. Sometimes I cry because my brain remembers where I was, and now my brain is trying to catch up and see understand where I'm at. And just in that process, when you're changing your mind, you might have some emotional times, because it's really joy. It's not depression. It's really joy, because your mind, now you're seeing in your mind and within yourself, wow, I can really change. Wow, if I put my mind to it, I can really do it. These things are real. I really came from the bottom, and um, in my mind, I don't want to go back, because there's what's back there, what's out there. I mean, even in relationships, and circumstances and living habits, I would not go back, because I'm experiencing something new. This is what I'm trying to get you to apply to your life so you can experience something new within yourself, your attitude, your behavior, your thinking, your conduct, your intentions, your standards, qualities and boundaries, and be on your P's with this, you know. So this is great. Just find a root, find something to have some positivity as you go through the day. Have some kind of something to flow with you as you go, or when you wake up is the best time. Just try waking up and just saying positive affirmations. You know, I am beautiful. I am changing. I am. Today's going to be a good day because you got to think about it. When you think about something, I don't know if I said this before, but what you think, the Bible says, what you think of, so the man should so he shall he be. So you can create your day. You can create your life. You can create um, new internal factors. You can create external factors. It's all up to you in your mind. Another thing I would like to share is use a reminder to have use a reminder or a habit tracker to stay on course. Um, Getting on here, doing these videos, and being consistent with what I do on my daily living. It's not bad to be routine, but don't be boring. You know what I'm saying? But have routine where you have your standard and your qualities and your boundaries where it's not a safe zone, but it's just living in your mental a correct life that can help you within yourself. It's good if you're a clean person, if you're in order. That's one of the great tools. Another thing, your hygiene. If your hygiene is up to par, if you keep yourself together, that's another great thing to help you in your mental. Because like I was saying before, you know, we have some beautiful people or handsome people. I mean, excuse me, handsome men and beautiful women, and sometimes, you know, in drug addiction or trauma life or depression or whatever the case may be, the mental disease or the spiritual attack will give you off course. Some things that life is going to happen. I'm not saying it's peaches and cream over here, but I know when something's happening, something's coming my way, or I'm experiencing something that's out of the ordinary. It's good to have that foundation of, okay, all right, let me take a break. Let me analyze this. Let me not react the wrong way. Let me think about what's going on. Let me think about the outcome. Let me think about how to make the situation bigger, or let me think about how to just avoid and keep moving forward. Some situations we cannot address all situations. Some situations that you have in life, you just might just have to really avoid. Some people that I have back in the days, I would like for them to be around, but I might have to avoid them because, like I said, the old thinking patterns and old wineskin and new wineskin don't go together. So it's like me putting on these new clothes and I'm having my old behavior. That's not going to work. So when you're changing, you need to see the change. You can't be halfway this and halfway that. You can't go to heaven and hell at the same time. That's an example. I couldn't come up with nothing else. So just like I say, and another thing while we're talking about another tip is don't worry about being perfect. Worry about the progress. That's what matters the most. You're making progress. You're making baby. Like I say, make baby steps. Make some kind of progress. It would totally help you out, and you will see your progress. You appreciate the baby steps. Just by starting today, and then you're watching my video, and you're saying, you know what, that guy or Mr. Walker or whatever you want to, Mr. Walker, call me that, or you know, this guy on the TV, he's really he's making sense. If I just start today, just just saying, hey, I need to fix myself. Boom, that's a start, you know. And we need to start somewhere because if we don't start somewhere, you won't change. Thank you. Um, Also, another tip is if you do start making change, celebrate your baby steps, celebrate small wins, and keep your momentum going. This is powerful. It's good that you continue, but you can also clap and say, hey, I don't do this no more. I don't think that way. You can say, and guess what? I want to say this just from experience and not saying nothing bad, nothing personal or to the world from experience, but just from inexperience in recovery. A lot of us or people that change, they look for the accolades and the pat on the back, like you're doing it. But when you're changing yourself, you have to pat yourself on the back. You have to clap and give your own accolades to yourself because only you are seeing the change. Others might not see the change because of their mindset, but as even though the way they think in their mindset, you have to keep making that change. So keep the momentum going. That was good. All right. So we're gonna sum it up. The coolest thing about your brain is, it's always changing. Every time you make a new choice to try something different and break a habit, don't forget 21 days you can break a habit. Don't forget that you need to learn some skills. And when you do these things, you're building a better mental foundation for your future. Now, listen, I don't know if y'all, I know y'all been riding with me. We have been growing here at Trauma Support Group Management from the first video till now. And these videos, you see from the videos, it went from testimony, then it went from, God, then it went from information. Now you're getting testimony, God, and information all at one time. Um, and this is what happens when you're rebuilding a better mental foundation for your life. Because now I can look back and see the small wins and the things that keep me to keep going. So I encourage you today. We're going to do a little exercise, if you can, another one, because I really want you to get this. I just want you to take your time and just think about a better you. If you think a better you. If you think that you're not beautiful, just say I am beautiful. If you're poor, just say I can be rich. Because what I'm teaching you is that what you think, it can manifest. I really want you to get this because manifestation time is in the world now. God is going to manifest. I don't know soon. I don't know when of the hour, but I see my lifestyle change and where my heart at and where my mind is at and how I'm living. It has to be something big coming. And I will advise everyone that's watching this video today to understand that God, He sends warning. He sends warning before the storm. And sometimes my videos, I feel like they are warnings to people because I was once in a position where I was warned, and I have been warned, like I shared with you before. If I go back, God's going to call my number. And I'm not trying to breed fear, but be a better you while you're here. Don't wait till you gone and being shoulda, coulda, woulda, because that's too late. So today, if you're hearing me, Mr. Walker talking to you today, understand, reprogram your mind. Get it. You can do it. Don't say you can't. Just say, I can reprogram my mind. And that's a step. And thank you for watching. Trauma Support Group Management by Mr. Darrell Walker, and keep it moving.